If you're used to autocrossing on short courses at smaller venues, attacking the cones on a long course can be a challenge. On long courses, there are more elements to remember, more opportunities to lose time or hit cones, and, most importantly, more places to find speed. But because long courses mean longer course walks, you might not get as many course walks in as usual. And no matter how much experience you have, you're probably not going to memorize the entire course before your first run. At the end of last season, I got another chance to autocross on a road course. There was a seemingly endless string of cones laid out on part of this twisty 2-mile-long track. That gave me a great opportunity to share some tips that can assist autocrossers looking to improve their times on long courses. This video covers how linking elements and using landmarks help me find speed on a very long, very fast course. Let's take a look at the cornucopia of cones I had to contend with. This is my first run. It's about 70 degrees. I've got a novice in the passenger seat of my 2000 GT, and I'm narrating as I drive. My goals are to build some heat in my 315s, attack the elements I can remember, and look for landmarks to help me refine my attack strategy on my subsequent runs. My Rival S 1.5 tires are set at 28 psi. Brake a little bit, cut in, cut back, cut in, cut around. Okay, no grip, right? So driving the car, the level of grip that I have, braking a little bit to get around here, trying to solve them, turning early, getting in, little burst of speed, brake a little bit, now start feeding throttle through without going sideways or drifting the corner.
Yeah.
As soon as I see the daylight, cut around, on the gas, if I stay tight, get around here, got a brake to get in, a lot of less grip here, less grip in the tires. Big braking zone here, we're going to cut across. Get the car settled and composed. Get around here. .609. I was way too timid with the throttle, and I did a lot of coasting. My low aggression level was partly due to the limits of cold tires, but it was also abundantly clear that I didn't have the entire course memorized, and that I was attacking elements, not sections. We all want to execute individual elements correctly, but finding speed is often about linking elements together. Linking elements together helps you find the rhythm of the course. Knowing the rhythm of the course allows you to anticipate elements and use your autocross fundamentals, looking ahead, being early with your steering inputs, extending your acceleration zones, and limiting your braking zones to attack much more aggressively. Here's a simple course made up of 6 elements. Some are slow, and some are fast. Linking elements breaks the course down into sections. The section after the start is slow into fast into slow. The section heading into the finish is fast into slow. And the sweeper is fast out. Instead of having to remember 6 things, I only need to remember 3 things. On a more complex course consisting of 12 elements, I can use this technique to break the course down into 3 sections of 4 elements. Along with linking elements, you can use landmarks to help find the rhythm of a course. You can use landmarks on any course, but they're especially helpful on long courses. And a landmark can be just about anything in your field of vision as you're driving the course. Because you're looking ahead and scanning, not fixating on any one thing, landmarks can be a parking spot outline, a change in the pavement, a light pole, or a tree on the side of the course, or anything that doesn't change position. Obviously, some of the best landmarks are the handful of attack cones out on course. But some landmarks are less obvious. As strange as it may sound, on this course, walls were extremely helpful landmarks. Let's look at the course again through the lens of linking elements and using landmarks. The second single cone in the 3 offset cones is my cue to accelerate into the 2 long walls. I have to adjust my speed to get around the second single cone, but I need to be fast exiting the offset cones and through the 2 long walls, making a minor speed adjustment to shift some weight to the front tires to wiggle between the walls. On run 1, I use the brakes. Going forward, I'll let up on the throttle just a little. The 5-cone slalom after the 2 long walls is slightly slower, and so is the entry into the chute after the slalom. My landmark is the wall of Jersey barriers in the distance as I'm approaching the 3 offset cones. When I'm scanning elements, the Jersey barriers remind me that the section from the first turn of the track into the chute is fast into slower. Even if I'm not 100% sure what elements are coming up, I know the rhythm. And I can see the Jersey barriers far in advance of that section of the course. The chute is fast out, and it leads into the next landmark. The angled cone wall after the chute sends me into a tight hairpin turn. This wall tells me to set my entry speed for the hairpin. The elements after the hairpin are fast out, and they lead into the next landmark, another angled cone wall. The 5-cone slalom after that wall is slower. I have to adjust my entry speed accordingly. Using the walls as cues will help me attack the slow into fast into slower section from the hairpin to the slalom. That slalom is fast out, and it's followed by a gate ahead of another landmark. This big left turn looks like it should be very slow, but the elements after the left turn are fast. I need to shift some weight to the front wheels ahead of the turn, but I can get on the gas as I'm passing this cone and be aggressive on the throttle through the next section. I will need to make some minor speed adjustments in these elements, but nothing major. When I see this wall, I know that I'm heading into a relatively fast section of the course. And because I'm looking ahead, I'll spot that wall with more than enough time to react. The second set of Jersey barriers is my cue that the elements leading into the finish are very fast. There are slight speed adjustments that need to be made, but the last few elements on this course are generally open and attackable. When I see this wall, it's time to haul. Using those 5 walls as landmarks and linking elements together helped make a long course with an abundance of elements easier to attack. This approach might seem off the wall, but you can see how much it improved my times. This is my 4th and final run. It was also my fastest. My tires are hot and happy, and they're set at 25 psi. 70.140. 4.469 seconds faster than my first run. Using landmarks and linking elements allowed me to attack sections instead of individual elements. Knowing the rhythm of those sections far in advance by spotting the walls as I was looking ahead helped me chop chunks of time off on every run. Because I only had 4 runs, it was incredibly important to increase my aggression level on every run, even if I wasn't 100% familiar with every element I was approaching. Linking elements and using landmarks let me simplify my attack strategy so I could push the car hard while I was memorizing the course. If your next autocross is on a long course with a lot of cones, you can shorten your time on track by linking elements and using landmarks.